YouTubes, how are you all doing? I hope you're all well and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we've got a Mini Cooper S to do, and we've got to do the bonnet on it. So just the bonnet, and it's in for scratch and a little bit of a ding there and a few little chips. So yeah, just the bonnet. Try and keep the colour within the bonnet if I can try to blend up these top areas before it meets the little wing panel. That's what I'll be trying to do. It's not that chippy, to be fair. It doesn't look too bad. So what I'm going to do on this, it's not something I really do. I'm no expert at it, but I'm going to just use try and do a little bit of paintless dent repair on this. It's nothing I'll show on my channel because I don't know how to do it really. I've got basically I've got a basic glue set up with a few attachments and a few cheap bars. Nothing extravagant. I do practice trying to do paintless dent repairs, but it's normally on the panel that I'm going to be painting. So I've done a little bit on this panel actually. These are quite prone, these bonnets. People shut them, and they shut them with their hands, and instead of dropping them, you're supposed to drop them from a height and then they shut no problem. People shut them down and they push on the fronts. So loads of times I do these mini bonnets and there's always little ripples and dents across the front. So I should have showed you beforehand really, but I just got too excited and got the glue gun out and had a go at doing it. So I do like to try and practice getting dents out without having to paint them. So I do on blend panels, if I see a little ding that's in a blend area that I'm just going to be clear coating, I'll have a go at pulling it. And sometimes I waste a lot of time doing it and don't really achieve a lot because I don't, like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing with it. I just try and look at it as though you know, what I know about do panel beating. So I look at try and do it that way. But I'm no expert on it. But there was a ding across the front of here, around here, and it still is a little bit shallow in there, and a few little sort of ripples across here. So yeah, I've pulled them out, sort of, the majority of them. They'll be good enough now. I'm probably gonna have to prime across this front anyway, so I might either give it just a real light thin skim, or I may just block it and prime it just to take care of that. This side seems okay. There is a little bit of a shallow there, but it's not noticeable. And then there's a ding here. So yeah, I'm no expert at doing paintless dent repairs or anything like that. That's probably why I didn't film it, because I should have really. I should have filmed it, but yeah, I've managed to get that out, sort of. Like I say, it was a bit of a ding there that you could see quite a bit. And I've got the majority of that out. So while the glue puller's out, I'm just going to glue pull this little ding, and then it's going to want sanding out and a little bit of filler anyway. So yeah, I'll glue pull that little ding out. I'll film that one, and then strip the bonnet and start preparing it ready for painting. There when it's sanded. Might not have to skim it. Just buzz it and prime it. Wow, it's not too bad. Well, it's not too bad. Most of the dents come out on that. I don't know if you can really see it. on here. Still slight little crease, and there is a little tiny crease in this scratch. It's really minimal. So it's going to want a little light skim, but the bulk of it come out with a glue puller. So I'll get the bonnet stripped now and give that a little sand off with 180 grit, and then no, I'll probably sand it off with 240 grit actually, and just give it a real light skim of dolphin glaze. But I could do that while I do the chips at the same time, so I'll probably get all the bonnet prepped, skim that, skim the chips, and then should be ready for a little bit of primer then. Yeah, I know. Carry on, big boy. Mini all ready for priming now, so I'll give you a quick look. So just one little skim, and I blocked it with 220 and then finished off in 320. And I'm just going to give it a couple of light coats of Mipa WBS Waterbase 1K primer. Just 2 coats of that's all it needs. You can't really put any more of that on, and that'd be fine. It'd be enough build for it, and there'd be enough coverage for it. So yeah, just stick a couple of coats of that on. Right then, YouTubes, that's the Mini all masked up and ready to spray, so I'll give you a quick look. I've decided I'm going to go edge to edge with the colour. Yeah, the colour was a little bit out to the wings anyway. This bonnet had some previous paint. It was quite a good job, but it was slightly out. So yeah, I've tweaked the colour a little bit, and I think it'll be okay edge to edge to the little wing panels. So yeah, sort of had chips up this area, and I thought for that, trying to blend in sort of in an area where I've got a curve round and sort of blend across, I thought it'd just be easier just to go edge to edge with it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, it's all prepared. Primer was Waterbase, Mipa WBS 1K high build primer, 2 coats of that. It's good primer, it dries really well, dries really quick, it's really convenient because it's just ready to go, it's ready for use straight away. The only thing you've got to be careful with it is you can't water-based degrease it because it does melt it, but solvent degreaser goes over it, but don't leave it on there too long. So yeah, what I would normally do is I solvent degrease the whole bonnet, and then when I do the water-based degreaser, I just don't degrease the primer area with it, that's all. That's the only issue I really find with it, but yes, it's convenient, it's quick, and it dries really well. It dries like water-based base coat, and it smells like Dulux house paint. That's what it smells like. So yeah, I'm going to get the colour mixed now. One new thing that I'm going to be using on this job, and I haven't used it yet, I'm not sure what it's like, is I've got a new dryer, so a new blow dryer for the water base. It's this one, it's made by ANI, and it's self-heating, hybrid self-heating. I've had a little play about with it, If you have it really low pressure, there's a few settings I need to play about with it. If you have it really low pressure, so that setting there, so least air volume, and then put the bottom on that setting there, it does actually warm the air up, but there's not a great deal of volume with it, so you have to go close with it, I think, and I don't know if it would be that good for drying a whole bonnet, but I'm going to play about with it and see what it's like. Then you've got sort of a middle setting which gives you a bit of warmth, but what I notice is all the air comes out of this bottom is freezing cold, and it probably doesn't help. Obviously I've got a dryer that's really close to the airline in here, so the air is cooled, like the dryers are like refrigerators, so the air is cooled before it comes in here, so it's probably taking that, you know, that cold out of the air to warm it up. Don't know how it works, don't ask me how it works, but it does definitely warm up the air. The only downside is this quite high pressure, so yeah, I'm not sure how my compressor will cope with it, but we'll see anyway. And you can put it on a normal setting where you get a good air volume, but all it does is it takes the room, the temperature, the air temperature in the room, like a conventional blow dryer. But we'll have a play about with it and see what it's like, and I'll see how well it dries. See if I don't have to put it on bake like I normally do to dry the, you know, the final stage off. So anyway, that's a bit something new that's going to be done on this job that I'm going to try out for the first time. And then spray gun wise, I'm going to be using what I normally use for base coat, so Sata X5500 with a 1.2 I setup, and that's a HVLP. And then for the clear coat, I'm going to use my Satajet CC gun. That's got 1.3 cc setup on it, and it's Waterbase Mipa base coat, and I'll be using Mipa CX2 Clear coat on this. And I'm going to see how well it dries. I'm going to use the HS10 hardener, which is quick dry, and see what it's like on a bonnet. So a couple of little tests that I'm going to do on this job. Use quick drying clear coat and hardener, see how well it dries on a bonnet, and the new blow dryer. So that being said, I'm going to get all the panels degreased and blown down, and get the colour mixed, and then we'll get some paint on it. quickly on YouTube. So that's the Mini, all finished, polished and fitted up. And yeah, I'll give you a quick look. There's a fly on it. So yeah, colour's pretty decent, not too bad at all. Edge to edge for silver. Now yeah, all went alright. Yeah, happy with the colour, happy with the finish. I'm pleased with that, with that CX2, but that's with the HS10 hardener in it, so really quick drying, and I lapped a fair bit of product on, you know, fair bit of clear coat on the top of that, on the top of the bonnet. So yeah, that's the first bonnet I've done with CX2, so you're always a little bit dubious with you know, with a bit too much product going on a fast drying clear coat, that it could pop on you or go hazy where it dries too quick. But no, the gloss stayed up good. I'm pleased with it. Really pleased with that CX2. It's working really well, and it's really efficient, matches OE finishes really well, and it's really easy to apply, really quick drying, and the results you get off of it are good. So yeah, more and more I've been using the CX2, the more and more I'm liking it. I'm starting to use it on a lot of the jobs now. So that's going to make the CX4 that I had in stock, that's going to make that redundant. I won't be buying that anymore, I don't think. Yes, I prefer the CX2 for definite. So anyway, enough waffling. There's the job. All went all right. Just want to say a massive thanks for watching. Really appreciate everybody watching. Yeah, it's great. Glad you all like the videos. Well, the majority of you. So yeah, look after yourselves, wouldn't you? Take care, and we'll see you again in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching. Cheers.